Hi beautiful, my name is Honest Am and I am creating this video to personally invite you to a night of honest healing this Saturday, September 28th, 2019, here on the Lower East Side of Detroit at 5:55 p.m. This night will be all about cultivating a safe environment so that we can talk openly and honestly about things that are affecting us in our communities and within ourselves. I personally I personally have been transformed by walking into my truth and being honest. Hence, honestly, sis. I remember the very first time that I ever got a whooping, and it was because I told everyone that my dad was a drug dealer. Now, it wasn't like he was slanging weight. He was like, it was like weed, nickel bags. But I still remember getting that whooping. And it never was really explained to me that, hey, this is why you got a whooping. I just got a whooping. And in my young, impressionable mind, that made me believe that telling the truth was not necessary. Like, no, if I told that literally equaled in my mind that if I began to tell my truth that I would get in trouble for it. So that created a whole life of me living this false life and me telling half truths to people and me revealing certain sides of myself, so that I was kind of like a chameleon blending in at any environment. But what that did was just create more chaos and turmoil within myself, and it created this kind of double-minded mentality where I was always asking myself, well, am I saying the right thing? What face should I present? Who should I be? And it was exhausting after a while. But when I began to just drop all of those masks and say that, hey, I'm me. I may have some emotional outbursts. I may go off on you. I may be the sweetest person that you ever met, or I may be, the weirdest person you ever met, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to stand in my truth and I am going to be me. And I truly believe that by standing in my truth, that I allow other women to see themselves within myself and say, hey, oh, if she can do it, then I can do it too. I mean, think about all of these movies and these television shows that we love so much. We love them because they have this, they give us this part of truth, and they give us this honesty, and they allow us to see some parts of ourselves so that we can connect to that story. Now just imagine if we could be in an environment where we are being open and honest about the things that are bothering us, and the things that, or the ways that we were able to overcome things, and how that could just be so freeing, not only for yourself but to other women, because we could see ourselves in your story. I truly believe that when we as women and men begin to accept all of ourselves, the negative, the positive, the bitchy, the quirky, that when we just accept ourselves for who we are, then I believe that we all could be better. But when we lie to ourselves, or when we start lying to ourselves, or we hide ourselves, it create this shame, and eventually that shame can become a callus that becomes disease and become uncurable, and then we on a deathbed. It sounds deep, but it can really get that deep. That's why I want to help cultivate this evening to where we can just feel safe to just talk about the things that are bothering us, and then we're going to try to heal that. Like, this isn't just to expose yourself and you just walk around like, oh, now everybody know my business. No, we're doing this in the name of healing. We're doing this in the name of love. So I'm going to give you guys just a little brief introduction to meditation. Now, meditation can be done any type of way. You can write. You can meditate as you're writing. You can meditate creating music. You can meditate doing yoga. Any meditation is simply a tool, and anything that gets you to focus on the present moment. So if you just sit right here, and if you were to just listen to the sound of your breathing, just put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just breathe. Just breathe into your hands. Doesn't matter where you at. You can be in your car, you can be in the bathroom, be at work. You can be laying in your bed. Just take a moment to just breathe. When is the last time you stopped and breathed? When's the last time you stopped and asked yourself, what's bothering me? What's worrying me? What's aggravating me? When is the last time you sat down and asked, am I in alignment? Am I walking in my truth? Am I being the best person that I can possibly be? And then just sit and listen and wait for the answer. See, I want you to imagine a pond. In that pond, you see the waves. It may be a boat on that pond. Maybe a duck on that pond. Or it just may be a pond. And I want you to see those waves, and they're just going gently, just brushing up against the side. Hear the crash of the waves. It's steady. It's a flow. It's a rhythm. Now your mind in a meditative state is just like those waves. Now I want you to imagine that the pond or the lake or the ocean, it just gets so still. And you can see the reflection of the moon off of the surface, or the reflection of the sun off the surface, and it's just so smooth, and it's pretty, and it's glistening. And I want you to imagine your mind in that state. Now, in this state, watching that pond just so smooth and so glistening, so pretty and inviting, I want you to put out something that you want in the universe. And I want you to think about it for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep looking at the pond, 6, think about your wish, 5, think about it more, 4, visualize it, 3, feel it, 2, let it go, 1. And I want you to imagine it rippling out across the surface. It's going and going until you can't see it anymore. And it is so. And just like that, your wish, your intention has been known to the universe. It can all be that simple. That's what meditation do. It gives you a moment to calm your mind and to make a request to the universe. If you enjoy this, it's going to be this and so much more this Saturday, September 28th on the Lower East Side of Detroit. Click the link below or check out my website. It's going to be me and Porsha. We're going to facilitate a night of healing and honest conversation. I truly hope you can attend. Namaste.